Hello friends, today we are gonna begin with our very first lecture of English literature for class 7. Chapter 1, The Three Questions by Leo Tolstoy. Before beginning with the chapter, let me tell you the background of Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy was born in the year 1828 and died in the year 1910. He is a famous Russian author. He is a master of realistic fiction and one of the world's greatest novelists. Tolstoy is best known for his longest work. Some of his works include War and Peace and Anna Karenina and many more. Let us now proceed with the story, The Three Questions. So in this story, the two major characters are the hermit and the king. This king is set on a task to search for the answer for his three questions. Well, it was once occurred to a certain king that if he always knew the right time to begin everything, if he knew who were the right people to listen to and whom to avoid, and above all, if he always knew what was the most important thing to do, he would never fail in anything he might undertake. And this thought occurred to him, and he announced in his kingdom that a great reward would be given to anyone who could satisfactorily answer these questions. So, the three questions were: what was the right time to begin something? Who were the right people to listen to? And what was the most important thing to do? For answering these questions, many people came forward because king has put up the reward for answering these questions. So wise men came to the king, but they all gave different answers. So in reply to the first question, some said that to know the right time for every action, one must draw up in advance a table of days, months, and years and must live strictly according to it. Others said that it was impossible to decide beforehand the right time for every action. And others said the king should have a council of wise men who would help him to fix the proper time for everything. All these answers to the first question was not satisfactory to the king. Equally, various were the answers to the second question. Some said that the counselors were the most important people, others the priests, others the doctors, while some said the warriors were the most important or were the most necessary people. To the third question, was what was important occupation, or what was the most important thing to do. For this, some replied that the most important thing in the world was science. Others said it was skill in warfare, and others again that it was a religious worship. All the answers were so different that the king could agree with none of them and gave the reward to none. But he still wished to find the right answers to his questions. So he decided to consult a hermit who was a wise man, who was a very famous and renowned man for his wisdom. Well, this hermit lived in a forest, and he welcomed only the simple or the common people. So before reaching the hermit's cottage, the king put on simple clothes. He got off his horse, and leaving his bodyguard behind, he went on alone to meet the hermit. When he was about to go, he saw that the hermit was digging the ground in front of his hut. Seeing the king, the hermit greeted the king. Both of them greeted each other, and then again the hermit went on digging. The king saw that the hermit was very fragile and he was a very weak person. He was weak physically. But as king came for knowing the answers to his three questions, so the king went up to the hermit and said that he has come to the hermit with three questions, and started asking or describing his questions in this manner. He spoke his first question: how can he learn to do the right thing at the right time? And the second question, who are the people he needs the most? And the third question, what work is the most important and needs his attention first? The hermit listened to the king but answered nothing and started digging again. So the king asked him to give his spade, the hermit's spade, because he saw that the hermit was too tired to dig the ground more. For that, the hermit thanked him and he said, yes, the king can take the spade and start digging the ground. 1 hour passed and another. The king kept digging the ground till sunset, and when he finished digging up two beds for the seeds to be sown, he asked hermit again for the 3 questions. But hermit again ignored his question and he kept doing his work. Then hermit and the king, both of them, saw a man came running out of the forest. When king saw him, he saw that there was blood flowing from a wound on his leg. When the bearded man reached the king and hermit, he fell to the ground, crying mournfully. So the king washed the wound as best as he could and bandaged it with his handkerchief and with a towel that the hermit had. When at the last man felt better, the king brought fresh water and gave it to him. Meanwhile, the sun had set and it had become cool. So the king, with the hermit's help, carried the wounded man into the hut and laid him on the bed. Lying on the bed, the man closed his eyes and fell asleep. The king was also tired, so he also slept. The next morning, the bearded man apologized and told sorry to king. But the king didn't know why was the man saying sorry. So the man explained the king. The bearded man explained the king, saying that the king might not know him, but the bearded man is or was the king's enemy, who swore to take revenge on the king, as the king wrongly took away his property. And he kept on explaining to the king that he knew that the king had gone alone to see the hermit, and so this bearded man had planned to kill the king on his way back home. But as the king did not return, so the bearded man came out to find the king. While finding the king, the bodyguard of king recognized that bearded man, and as the bearded man tried to run away, he fell and he was wounded. And then somehow he reached to the hermit's cottage. Well, seeing the mercy of the king towards the bearded man who was the king's enemy, the animosity of that bearded man has vanished away, and now he wished to serve the king most faithfully, and he want the king to pardon him or to forgive him. Listening to this, the king was very happy, and he was very happy to have made peace with his enemy. And he not only forgave him, but the king also promised to restore the bearded man's property. On the same morning, the king went out and looked around for the hermit, as he was wishing to get the answers for his 3 questions. So the hermit was outside. He was sowing the seeds in the beds that had been dug the day before by the king. Now the king approached him, and he prayed and he asked him to answer his 3 questions. So this wise man, that is hermit, replied him that the king has already been answered, or the king 3 questions had already been answered, but the king hadn't understood that what was hermit trying to say. So the hermit explained him. The hermit explained the king that if the king had not pitied hermit's weakness the last day and had not stayed back to dig those beds for him, he would have been attacked by that man or that enemy on his way back. So he explained to the king that the most important time was when the king was digging the bed, and the most important person at that time was the hermit, because the king did good to hermit by helping him digging the ground or digging the beds. So digging the bed was one of the most important business at that time. Afterwards, the hermit went on explaining the king that bearded man ran to them. So hermit and the king were the most important person, and the most important time was when they were bandaging or when they were nursing that particular bearded man. So this act of kindness becomes very important, and this act of kindness becomes very peaceful and becomes the important thing. And at that particular time, the most important person for the king becomes the bearded man. Even the king made peace with the bearded man. So the hermit taught the king, or we can say a very important lesson has been learned by the king through the hermit, that the most important time is right now. Why it is the most important? Because it is the only time when we have any power over something. The another question has been answered in this manner: the most important person is the one with whom you are at a particular moment. Well, no one knows whether you will ever meet anyone else in the future or not. And the last question has been answered: the most important thing to do is to do good to someone, because for that purpose alone we are being sent into this life. So, listening to these answers from the hermit, the king was satisfied and he happily went back to his palace. So children, the values that the king learned in this story were not only be applied in king's life. These values or these disciplines are very essential to be followed in our day-to-day lives as well. We need to understand that the most important time is now. That is the present time. So, we should complete our tasks and focus on what time is present with us right now. The next thing we should keep in mind, that is the most important people. So at present, with whomsoever we are with, we should respect and help them or help that person. The third thing that we learn from this story is the important work which you do at the present time and not delaying or postponing that work to the next day. I suggest all of you to read this story on Google or go and listen to this story on YouTube. And don't forget to do the homework which has been given on the last slide of this video. Thank you.